Eat these 5 grocery foods to stop peeing at 3 a.m. It is 3 a.m. Again, you roll over, groggy, frustrated, and stare at the ceiling. You already made 2 trips to the bathroom tonight. The third one is coming. You can feel it. You are not alone. Millions of people over 50 deal with this every night. And it is not just about drinking too much water before bed. That is what most people assume. But that is not the real problem. There is a hidden system in your body. Part hormone, part nerve, part brain. When that system breaks down, your nights fall apart, and your sleep suffers for it. But here's the twist. 5 common vegetables may help reset this system. Not pills, not weird hacks, just regular food that works smarter than you think. But before we get to that, you need to understand what is actually causing the problem. Because once you see the real cause, the solution becomes obvious. Your kidneys are like night shift workers. During the day, they filter your blood and keep things moving. But at night, they are supposed to slow down. Let the body rest. There is a hormone that tells them when to do that. It is called antidiuretic hormone, or ADH. It tells the kidneys to stop making so much urine while you sleep. The problem is, as we age, that hormone stops showing up on time, and your kidneys do not get the message to slow down. So they keep making urine like it is the middle of the day. Your bladder starts to fill, and it sends a signal to your brain. Wake up, you need to go. Even when there is not much there. But it gets more complicated. Your brain and bladder are not the only parts involved. Your nerves play a role. Your hormones. Even how much your ankles swell during the day. That is why you need a full-body solution. And that begins with one of the most overlooked vegetables in the grocery store. Number 1. Celery. You probably think it is just water with crunch, but celery is actually a smart hydrator. It contains a plant compound called apigenin. This compound supports your brain's ability to regulate ADH. Celery also helps your kidneys flush out excess sodium during the day. That means less pressure on your bladder at night. And here's the kicker. Celery provides what some scientists call structured hydration. That is water bound to minerals. It hydrates your cells without overloading your bladder. If you eat 2 or 3 celery stalks in the morning or drink fresh celery juice before noon, it can help shift urine production to daytime hours. It trains your kidneys to get their work done before bedtime. That is one less thing keeping you up at night. But celery handles only the hormone side of the equation. The next vegetable targets something different, the actual muscle inside your bladder. Number 2. Spinach. Spinach is one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates. These compounds convert into nitric oxide inside your body. And nitric oxide helps relax smooth muscle tissue. One of those muscles is the detrusor. It is the balloon-like muscle that holds urine in your bladder. If that muscle is tense, it will send urgency signals to your brain too soon. Spinach helps that muscle stay relaxed until your bladder is actually full. It calms the false alarm. Spinach is also high in magnesium. This mineral supports nerve and muscle relaxation. Magnesium helps you stay asleep longer. Best way to use it? Lightly cook 1 or 2 cups of spinach with dinner. Steaming or sautéing is ideal. Avoid boiling it for too long. That destroys the helpful nitrates. You can also mix in arugula or beetroot for extra support. But if muscle tension is only one issue, what happens when the nerves themselves are on edge? That leads us to something even more interesting, a vegetable you have definitely cried over before. Factor 3. Onions. Cooked onions, not raw. Raw onions can be harsh for some people. Onions are high in quercetin. Quercetin is a natural anti-inflammatory compound. It calms the nerves that communicate between your bladder and your brain, especially the pelvic nerves. If these nerves are inflamed, they fire off early, and you feel the urge to urinate even when your bladder is not full. Quercetin reduces that nerve inflammation, and it does something special. It can cross into your brain and calm down overactive immune responses that increase nerve sensitivity. If you have ever felt like you needed to pee but barely released anything, this may be why. It is not a full bladder. It is faulty wiring. Cooked onions, especially yellow or red ones, can help. Just half a cup, caramelized or roasted, added to dinner 3 or 4 times a week. Add olive oil or avocado to help absorb the compounds. But even if you calm the nerves and muscles, one part of the body can still interfere: the prostate. And the solution is not a vegetable, it is a seed. Number 4. Pumpkin seeds. These little seeds contain two things that matter: phytosterols and zinc. Both have been shown to support prostate health. They help reduce prostate swelling. When the prostate gets larger, it presses on the urethra. That is part of the problem, but it also sends faulty signals to your brain. Your brain interprets those signals as bladder urgency. Even when the bladder is nearly empty, pumpkin seeds help bring things back to balance. They also contain tryptophan. This is the building block for serotonin, and serotonin supports sleep cycles and calms the nervous system. Eat 1 or 2 tablespoons of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds 2 hours before bed. You can eat them plain or mix into yogurt. They are small, easy to add, and help on 2 fronts: bladder signaling and sleep quality. Still, there is one last factor most people forget, and this one affects your entire rhythm of urine production. For 5. Asparagus. Asparagus is not just about its smell. It contains natural diuretics and antioxidants that help your kidneys eliminate fluid during the daytime. This is important. Your kidneys are supposed to be more active during the day and slow down at night, but for many people, that rhythm breaks. Fluid builds up in the legs all day. Then when you lie down, it shifts into your bladder. Asparagus helps reset that rhythm. Eat it earlier in the day, ideally before 2 p.m. Grilled, steamed, or roasted works best. Asparagine, a compound in asparagus, also supports nervous system health. That means better communication between your brain and bladder. When these 5 foods work together, they help restore the system from multiple angles. They do not just mask the problem, they retrain your body. Celery for hormone signaling, spinach for muscle control, onions for nerve balance, pumpkin seeds for prostate support, asparagus for kidney rhythm. This is not a trendy diet. This is not a new age cure. This is what happens when real food meets the real science of how your body works. Try one of these tonight. Start small, stay consistent. Your body is listening. It just needs the right cues. Watch our next video for more of Nana's natural cures.